projects in Brightwood.
It was intense. We thought it was going to come up in our neighborhood here.
The Gagliel family is both saddened to have lost the picturesque canyon outside their home and grateful for the work of firekeepers.
You're going to be
Who stopped it?
the helicopter.
Reports of sexual assault and harassment in the Army are still on the rise, but many incidents aren't even reported. Army Secretary Christine Morbid tells CBS's Nora O'Donnell she'll unveil a safe to report policy next month.
A lot of it, I think, is training our soldiers, many of whom are just 18 or 19 years old, about what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. When they come into our Army, we need to be very clear about what's okay and what's not okay.
Whiskey lovers know it's a perfect
We're
pairing.
gonna teach you how to create the most spectacular Jack and Cokes.
Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola cashing in for a new canned cocktail. It'll contain 5% alcohol and debut next year. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Big news! Greta Van Susteren is hosting her new show, The Record, with Greta Van Susteren. It's just launched on Newsmax. Each night at 6 p.m. Eastern, Greta is reporting the real news, and without the media spin. She's smart, tough, and always fair. Find Greta on Newsmax, America's fastest-growing news channel. Millions have switched to Newsmax. Find out why. If your cable doesn't carry Newsmax, call them. Demand it. Make the switch today. Newsmax is real news for real people.
An appeal from car makers to lawmakers on Capitol Hill.
Major automakers are asking Congress to lift the cap on how many people would be offered tax credits if they buy a hybrid or fully electric vehicle. The letter to leaders of the Senate and House is supported by the chief executives of Ford, Toyota, GM, and Stellantis. Currently, the number of tax credits allowed are capped at 200,000 per company. GM and Tesla have already reached the cap. Toyota is close to it. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
What's up with Gayle King's one clog, one high heel look? Tyler Perry decided to ask at the Tribeca Film Festival. Our CBS Mornings star explained she has Achilles tendonitis in one foot and suffers with the mismatch for fashion's sake. Gayle says she doesn't want people to think she's wearing clogs just because she would. There's a reason. Plus, she says she has the shoes to match the dress, so why not wear one? Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Oliver Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the Montgomery Men's all the way up to 95.
Oh, inflation or recession. It's the same thing to me. More Bitcoin plunge. Okay.
To age 26 again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Here we go again. What's that? Mo Brooks is running for office yet again. How long's he been running? Mo's been running for something since 1982. That's 40 years. Pretty good career.
Hey, you won't think you got to run for
Been
it.
in office for so long, even Trump is sick of it. Now, if you thought Mo's attacks on President Trump were bad, you should check out his record on taxes. Is it bad? Let's just say he's got a long career with a lot of taxes. Property taxes? Mo wanted to raise them. Sales taxes? Mo's wanted to increase the sales tax too. And income taxes? Mo's voted to raise income taxes. In Congress, Mo even voted against the Bush tax cuts. Twice. Twice? Yep, twice. Prices are up just about everywhere. Sending Mo to the Senate would make things even worse. Mo Brooks? More like Mo taxes. You said it. Alabama Rhino Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising, paid for by the Alabama Rhino Pack and not authorized.
Y'all leave Mo alone. Leave Mo alone.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Depend on it. Okay, where'd my thing go? Where'd my thing go? Okay.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Baconator. Don't let breakfast be boring, but it could be better. Wendy's Breakfast Baconator will have you feeling sunny side up all day long. With fresh cracked eggs, savory sausage, and oven-baked bacon, of course. Order it and start looking forward to tomorrow morning at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours only.
Brutally hot temperatures and very high humidity continue for the next several days here. We have the hottest day of the year and about the hottest day we've seen in a few years. Yesterday, we hit the upper 90s. The heat index value got as high as 111. We didn't see much relief from rain. Same thing for today. Sun and clouds, highs in the upper 90s. It'll feel like it's well into the 100s. A couple of late afternoon and evening showers and storms. Scattered late day showers and storms possible Wednesday, more upper 90s.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, we are looking good. Like to start your day out like this, accident-free. Nothing's being reported by the authorities to send you on an alternate route. Interstate system moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville, 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy, still carrying light traffic. At ReinhardtToyota.com, you can see and purchase vehicles that are on order and haven't even arrived yet. Get the Toyota you want at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously?
Good morning, everyone.
I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. We've learned an Alabama man was among 31 Patriot Front members arrested near an Idaho Pride event in Coeur d'Alene over the weekend. Police were made aware of this group when a tipster reported seeing people in riot gear loading into a U-Haul. Investigators now confirm 34-year-old Wesley Van Horn of Lexington, Alabama, was one of the men arrested and charged with conspiracy to riot. That's a misdemeanor in Idaho. As the heat and humidity continue to climb, the state health department is warning Alabamians to stay safe. On Monday, the heat index reached the triple digit 111 degrees for the heat index value. And if you're working outside, you really need to take precautions. There are three things to watch out for: heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and a life-threatening heat stroke where your body temperature can reach 106 degrees or more. Some of the symptoms include muscle spasms, heavy sweating, nausea, and dizziness. Doctors recommend you drink plenty of fluids like water and avoid alcohol to prevent dehydration. That's your news on this Tuesday.
Your Montgomery Biscuits are ready to take on the 2022 season with the best fans in minor league baseball. Join us for a summer full of themed weekends, celebrations, and the best biscuits in town. For ticket information, go to biscuitbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL.
Hi, I'm Brent Woodall, and I'm running for Public Service Commission Place 1. I'm running for this office because the incumbent, who has been there for almost a decade, has failed to eliminate the hidden tax at the PSC. A lot of people don't know about the tax that ratepayers of the utilities pay on their utility bills. My opponent didn't even know about it until he heard me talk about it. Maybe that's because he spends so much time at resorts on junkets outside Alabama. If he were at the office more, he might learn a lot about what goes on at the PSC. I'm a conservative. I've been a member of 2 Republican executive committees in Alabama. Chaired a Young Republicans chapter, was the state treasurer of the Young Republicans, and in 2016, I was a delegate for President Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention. I hope you agree with me that it's wrong to make people pay a tax on their utility bill. I'll get rid of that tax, but I need your help. Vote Brent Woodall on June 21st for Public Service Commission Place 1.
Paid for by the committee to elect Brent Woodall, P.O. Box 740-594, Tuscumbia, Alabama.
The City of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of Montgomery's creative community.
Here in the South, we know a thing or two about summer heat. So when it comes to outdoor projects, you need equipment that's fast, durable, and easy to use. At SunSouth, that's exactly what you get with quality John Deere equipment, ready to tackle any project that comes your way. And owning a John Deere is easy, 0% financing available on most models. So you can beat the heat and you'll save money. To find the John Deere that's right for you, come see us at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
The Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Who does fear Joe Biden? Nobody.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. It is another day that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. And more importantly than that, it is another day that the Lord has made. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins. This is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread. Our daily bread, a word from on high, something to change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. It is June the 14th, 2022 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Pride and Deception. I think we all know a little bit about that. Obadiah 1:3 says, the pride of your heart has deceived you. Today's scriptural insight comes from Obadiah 1:1-4. Govern yourselves accordingly.
tomorrow morning if you.
And again, it is June the 14th, 2022. It is a day like all the other days, a day that has never been, and a day that shall never, ever come again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. Once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done today that you don't. You don't get the chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do this day, June the 14th, 2022, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you have lived a while, like I say every morning, because it's true, if you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed, truly blessed, and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should not be, then it is this day, June the 14th, 2022. It is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Or whatever you do, try as you might, help somebody else along the way. While you can, for as long as you can, until you can't. Benjamin Elijah Mays once said that whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. But you'll never be a failure as long as you never quit. You never give up. You keep moving forward. Martin Luther King said, if you can't run, walk. And if you can't walk, you crawl. Well, whatever you do, You keep moving forward. Don't ever quit. My mother said nothing beats a failure but a try. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. But don't you ever quit, because quitters don't win. And winners, where they may fail at a thing or two, never quit. Good morning to you. Pride and Deception. That's our daily bread for this morning, June the 14th, 2022.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading, titled Pride and Deception, was written by Karen Huang. Loving God, thank you for your gentle, nudging correction. With my shoulders slumped, I murmured those difficult words. I've been so arrogant, thinking I could do it all on my own. For months, I'd been enjoying successful work projects, and the accolades lulled me into trusting my capabilities and rejecting God's leading. It took a challenging project for me to realize I wasn't as smart as I thought. My proud heart had deceived me into believing I didn't need God's help. In Obadiah chapter 1, the powerful kingdom of Edom received discipline from God for its pride. Edom was located amid mountainous terrain, making her seemingly invulnerable to enemies. Edom was also a wealthy nation, situated at the center of strategic trade routes and rich in copper, a highly valued commodity in the ancient world. It was full of good things, yet also full of pride. Its citizens believed their kingdom was invincible, even as they oppressed God's people. But God used the prophet Obadiah to tell them of his judgment. Nations would rise up against Edom, and the once powerful kingdom would be defenseless and humiliated. Pride deceives us into thinking we can live life on our terms without God. It makes us feel invulnerable to authority, correction, and weakness. But God calls us to humble ourselves before him. As we turn from our pride and choose repentance, God will guide us toward total trust in him. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from the book of Obadiah, verses 1 through 4. This is what the sovereign Lord says about Edom. We have heard a message from the Lord. An envoy was sent to the nations to say, "Rise, let us go against her for battle. See, I will make you small among the nations. You will be utterly despised. The pride of your heart has deceived you, you who live in the clefts of the rocks and make your home on the heights. You who say to yourself, 'Who can bring me down to the ground?' Though you soar like the eagle and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down, declares the Lord." Let's pray. Father God, when we experience success, help us to keep a humble heart and celebrate it as your success through us. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Joyce Dinkins, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All right.
Course.
Airborne.
Here we go.
All the way. And a beat. Rough and tough. Airborne. All day. A run. To the sun.
No sweat.
Not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees. You got nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go. All the way. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough, airborne, all the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way airborne, all the way, drive it on. All the way airborne, all the way, drive it on. Early one morning in the rain. Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with the chilling glow. Oh, airborne, all the way, drive it on. All the way airborne, all the way, drive it on. Here we go, all the way. Gotta be rough and tough, airborne, all the way. Okay, now it's time for PT. We're all motivated now, okay? Got to do it on the run, but it's not a long run. All right, here we go. Run a little, run some more. Run a little, run some more. Okay. Well, when your left foot starts to ground. When your left foot strikes the ground. Well, I will hear a clapping sound. Here we go. Well, I'm there all the way. On up. Getting good. On the beat. To the sun. Oh, Hollywood. Looking good. All right, dynamite, everybody, sound off, everybody, let me hear you, in the rear, keep it tight, in the middle, dress it right, in the front, rock steady, 80 deuce, here we go, 80 deuce, airborne, leading me, owning me, hey you, how you feel, feeling good, all right, dynamite, out of sight, feeling good, motivated, dedicated, wanna be, airborne, woo! Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, it ought to be chairborne right now, because that's about where I'm at. Anyway, good morning to you, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine once again. I thank the good Lord you're still here to see this day. Now we pay homage to our armed forces of these United States of America, whom without you wouldn't sleep so good at night. So let's give some homage and pay a little respect here. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery Fire Department, and the paramedics, the Sheriff Department, ALEA, all of those people who go in when everybody else is running out. And good morning, Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. After all, this is an Air Force town. We got to pay some homage here, okay? But don't get it twisted now. Fort Benning's right up the road. I'm just saying. And good morning to all the visitors to our great city for the Air War College who come here to learn from the best. I like to call them Top Gun. Okay, so it's not my original saying, okay? Hey, blame Tom Cruise. Although we do need a C-141 out there that I can see one more time. I just want to see it one more time. Brings back memories, brings tears to my eyes. And don't forget, our show is being brought to you by, that's right, JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto, JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. Go there. We got a great deal for you, but I'll tell you about that later on. Good morning, Mr. Lane, Kathy, Steve. They go by the name of leathernecks. They go by the name of jarheads. But whatever you call them, just remember the real name is the United States Marine. Their motto is a simple one. Always, always faithful. Otherwise, Semper Fidelis. But the Marines have a hard time pronouncing that, so they cut it short. Simplify. But that all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. And now, one of the the oldest military branch of service, the United States Army. Home of the 82nd Airborne, the 1st Cav, the 1st Infantry, 8th ID, 9th ID, 3rd ID, 2nd ID, the Big Red One, and many, many, many more. Such generals as Douglas MacArthur, General Wainwright, that's right, Westmoreland, and there's a bunch of them. You won't see General Elkins anywhere. You won't see that one anywhere. I'm sorry. General Flunky is what I was. But that's okay. Good morning to you. All right then. I was watching okay, enough of that. Okay, we good. Okay, keep going. All right, keep going. Okay. I'm sitting there, I'm watching TV the other day. I'm watching a story about Douglas MacArthur. That was one of the ugliest pipes I've ever seen, that corncob pipe. But that was one of the ugliest pipes. But he was an interesting, if what is written about him and what is said about him is true, he was sort of like the Army's version of the Fleet Admiral of the United States Navy. What was his name? Halsey. Halsey Jr. He was General Halsey, Admiral Halsey, who was Fleet Admiral. I think he was the first. I believe he was the first 5-star. I think it was 5-star. Anyway, he was a Fleet Admiral. Anyway, they did things in an unorthodox way. Got the job done. See, the nice thing about being unorthodox, if you win, if your mission gets accomplished, you are the hero and not the zero. But however, if it all goes down the drain, then you are the zero that could have been a hero. Okay, then they jump all on you for not obeying the regulation. Like Halsey, what's it, Halsey? It was Halsey. Anyway, one of those guys. When you go in time of combat, you're supposed to take your ships in a zigzag sort of kind of way. I don't know what that exactly means. I was on the U.S. Kitty Hawk, but that thing was so big that I couldn't tell where it was going. All I knew, I was sick as a dog. That water got me. But I got over it after a while. But anyway, so he wasn't zigzagging. So they actually wanted to court-martial him. I forgot which admiral that was. John Wayne played him. But but if not zigzagging saved this ship, then you're a hero. So just remember, like our Admiral McRaven said, the one guy who did the rope climb went down head first. And listen, if you make it to the end and you're still alive, you're a hero. If you kill yourself, you're zero. So, but life is about taking chances and doing things outside the box sometimes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't win, sometimes you lose. But that's up to you. But I will say one thing. You certainly have to take chances sometimes in life. You got to do things that you don't normally do in order to make a difference. All right? I'm just saying, you might want to put that in your pipe and smoke it there a little bit, because sometimes you can't do things the way you've always done things. Okay? Sometimes you got to do things a little differently. Okay. Is that my wisdom for today? No. But I'll be back with some in a minute here. Okay, so don't you guys go nowhere. We'll be right back. All right. All right. So hang loose. Hang loose. Oh, let me turn that. TJ, I got you on Friday. TJ, I'll check you in. Okay. I'm just saying. We'll get back to TJ. BJ Thomas, who died in December. Love that guy's music. I didn't really know him. Of course, he didn't know me. But I love this stuff. Some people make a difference and you don't even know them. We'll be back.
I just can't help believing when you lie close beside me.
It is a great It is a great, great, great day to be alive. Don't you agree?
This time the girl is gonna stay. This time the girl is gonna stay.
Mutual Insurance, where you all
Gonna feel it today.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Brutally hot temperatures and very high humidity continue for the next several days here. We had the hottest day of the year and about the hottest day we've seen in a few years. Yesterday we hit the upper 90s. The heat index value got as high as 111. We didn't see much relief from rain. Same thing for today. Sun and clouds, highs in the upper 90s. It'll feel like it's well into the 100s. A couple of late afternoon and evening showers and storms. Scattered late day showers and storms possible Wednesday, more upper 90s.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. The good news continues. Still no major problems or accidents have been reported that would send anyone on an alternate route. You keep listening, and we'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Your home is worth more now than ever before, so get those special projects started. Call the A-Team at MCS in Wetumpka for a cash-out refinance or an equity loan. MCS, 567-9000, NMLS 232876. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
Gambit, once known as the best first-person shooter esports org of all time, has continued to fall from grace as they released additional rosters this week. Since the Ukraine conflict, the Russian org has let go of their Dota, Fortnite, Counter-Strike, and now their Apex Legends roster. Between Apex Legends and Counter-Strike, Gambit had 2 top 5 teams. Now, the only team they have left is Valorant.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McCaffrey, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the largest timeshare company in federal court, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333.
President Trump is endorsing Katie Britt for the United States Senate, and he wants you to get out to vote on June 21st. Katie Britt is tough as nails on illegal immigration. She's a pro-life mother of 2, and she's a conservative tax cutter who knows how to create jobs for hardworking Alabamians.
I'm Katie Britt, and I am honored to be endorsed by President Trump. From day one, I've been fighting for his America First agenda. I fought to put pro-life conservatives on the Supreme Court, pass Trump's tax cuts, and I fought to build the wall. As Alabama Senator, I'll take on the Biden liberals and fight every day for our Christian conservative values that make America great.
On June 21st, vote for Christian conservative Katie Britt. She's endorsed by President Trump, and she puts America first.
I'm Katie Britt, and I approve this message, and I would be honored to earn your vote.
Paid for by Britt for Alabama, Inc.
Another Guardian Credit Union story.
Hey, are we turning the same as usual?
Yeah.
How's your baby girl doing?
She's great, but with 3 kids, we really need more space.
You should check out Guardian Credit Union. We got a home equity line of credit from Guardian to finish our basement. They have low rates and a great team that's easy to work with.
Really?
Yeah, my mom got a Guardian home loan to buy her house. They refinanced too.
Thanks. I'll check them out.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one
I
teacher.
just can't
It helps her
believe
so
it.
much.
Right now, we're offering a special special radio promo to try it free for a month. You have to go to abcmouse.com.
All right then. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Where we going today? What we going to Happy Flag Day? This is
There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches.
That's true. It is Flag Day. Okay, I'm glad somebody knew that. That's good.
Seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. Enjoy $0 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/delivery info.
Dirty exterior, don't scrub it.
Am I on Team Crazy today?
Wet and forget.
Yeah.
The easy outdoor cleaner. Wet and
They're
forget.
never gonna
works
convince
overtime
me
with Mother Nature
they did
to
not
eliminate
manipulate that
unsightly black and
thing.
green
I
stains
can't
on
say
the
cheat.
exterior of
Can't
your
say
home
cheat.
with no scrubbing.
But they manipulated that election in 2020.
Use wet
I mean,
and
they just
forget on
did.
all your outdoor
It is what it
surfaces,
is.
including decks, siding,
They
roofs, and patios.
did what
Wet
it
and forget's
is. They
available in a
did what it is.
concentrate
But
or
okay.
extreme reach
I'm gonna say
potion.
cheat.
Purchase Wet and forget.
Because
In
the Republicans
store or
were so
online,
narcissistic
Lowe's,
because they just
Menards,
sat home.
Finding great
You're
candidates.
gonna give a
to
guy
hire will be
a
like,
50-yard
well, trying to
lead
find
in the
needle
race
haystack,
and
but
actually
not
think
with
you can catch
ZipRecruiter.
up.
Its
I
powerful
just
technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply
before
to
you
your
get to the
job.
goal line.
So while other
Right.
companies might deliver a lot of
Be
hay,
crippled and all.
ZipRecruiter
Beat
finds
you
you
there.
the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw.
All right.
It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay. All right. We're live. We're pressure right here. And I'd like to know. See, I've been trying to get the boss down on the corner down there. Let me come in at 7 o'clock rather than come in at 6. Because I don't know who listens to the radio at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, I like being here, but I'm thinking, you know, this is an extra hour of sleep I could get. I could be sitting there cruising for a bruising. But I don't know. You know, I'm just saying so. But if there are people out there that need me here in the morning, I'll be here. But I'm just saying I'm trying to get this changed. So if 10 people say no, we listen to the radio in the morning, all I need is 10 because I'm easy to please. You know, if you say we got 10 people at 6 o'clock, y'all kept let me know next hour, then I'll stick around. Other than that, I want to make sure that all this great advice is not going to waste. I mean, if it's just going to the ionosphere or the stratosphere without the benefit of affecting anybody's life, then hey, you might as well just stay at the house. Anyway, good morning to you. I mean, I'm not ready to retire or anything yet, but you know, now they're gonna have to drag me out of the studio. I'm not quitting. I mean, I'm not retiring. They're gonna say, you know, now if I get like Biden, somebody let me know, you know, because somebody let me know when the brain thing ain't working there anymore. So let me know, and I'll just go into, you know, I'll be like Douglas MacArthur. I won't quit. I'll just fade away. Okay? And hopefully in that journey, I've done a couple of things to help somebody out. Okay, that's all I can tell you. That's my goal, is to be a blessing to somebody, to have been, it's kind of late now, to have been, a blessing to somebody else. Anyway, good morning to you. What a great day it is to be alive. It is 6:40 in the morning on this Tuesday morning. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling good. I hope you are. You know, I got a serious conversation, and I can't do it this hour. I got a serious conversation. Something that really bothers me about this state government. And I can't bring it up now. But and somebody reminded me, it is Flag Day. I know Alabama, most of you so-called Americans don't fly the United States flag. I don't understand it, but you don't. Realizing that it is not the flag, it is what it stands for. So, you know, shame on you guys who don't fly the flag. Never. If nothing else, you ought to fly it on Memorial Day and the 4th of July, which had there not been people willing to die on Memorial Day or celebrate for what that flag stands for, there wouldn't be no 4th of July. I'm just telling you, you know, that some people gave everything. Like Ronald Reagan said, some people gave up 2 lives. They gave up the one they had, and the one they would have had they not been in the service of this country. So the least we can do is fly the flag, okay, every once in a while to show some respect to the sacrifices of these families. I'm just saying you might want to, and it's difficult. We don't hardly have any politicians ever served. The one we had served that was running for office, Chief Warrant Officer Durant, they dogged the guy. But that's because they never been there. They don't know. I mean, they don't know. But I don't know if he did a good job of campaigning, but they don't, they just don't know. We got people downtown in the White House that never served. The only thing they know about serving is the maid bringing them something to eat. That's about it. Anyway, good morning to you. Okay, I'm gonna do some. This is against my better judgment here, but I'm gonna answer this call anyway. All right, who's this? Ed, you're the last guy I wanted to talk to. Now, don't think you're that important now, Ed. Don't think you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's a great day we love God. And number two, Ken, it's a great day to tell people God, they know. Our country might want to do something wrong. Wait a minute, God see me. God, they're not. We are wrong. We're doing anything wrong. Yeah. Okay. It's a great day. We do some good things, Kevin. Yeah. Okay, well, I just want to let you know that we create prayers. No? I'm not going to tell you anything wrong. To make you feel good. Okay. All right there, Mr. Ed. Let me see. Oh, what else? Okay, no more calls. I knew that was it. I knew that was it. It just had to be. Who else could it be? Anyway, but now listen, I know it seems like Ed gets on my nerve, and he does, but I'm getting against him. I really don't. I ain't mad at him. Sometimes I get a little upset with him because he be trying to jerk me around a little bit, but other than that, I'm good. Anyway, good morning. It is a great day to be alive. Lessons of life today coming up next, but first of all, word of the day. Now, okay. The word of the day does not reflect me. Okay, I just want to let you know, it does not reflect me. I do not reflect this word. It's a great word. It stands for great things, but it does not reflect me. Okay, I'm exactly opposite of what this word stands for, and I'll figure out what that is later on. But the word of the day is spelled U-R-B-A-N-E. U-R-B-A-N-E. Urbane. Now, what does that mean? Urbane means notably polite or polished in manner. Again, I said that doesn't necessarily represent me, okay? But I like meeting people who are urbane. But most people that I know that are urbane are lying to you to your face. Okay, they just lying to you. Most politicians, they come across polished and polite and all that stuff. And then when they get in the bathroom, they talk about you like a dog. I've seen some. I've been up at the State House a couple of times, right? And they didn't know I was in there. And they talk about you like a dog. Like you're the dumbest thing that ever walked God's earth. Like you're lower than a whale crap. I mean, yeah, but that's okay. I understand. Sometimes you get tired of your job, and I just wish they quit. When you get to feeling that way about the people who put you in office, you ought to just quit. Say, I'm going to the house. I've had enough of this. Okay, and I will admit to you that sometimes we as constituents can get on your nerve, your last nerve. I got you, but that goes with the job. That's why you're making $50,000 a year to do it for a part-time job. Although I realize that it's a job all year round. I got that part, but yeah, that's a pretty good salary for just listening to complaints. Okay, now I don't even think I don't even think that has anything to do with the per diem that you get and the other bennies you get. You know, a little money under the table and things like that. You know, I mean, I'm just saying. You know, you're doing all right down there on Goat Hill. Anyway, good morning to you. Next up is the lessons of life, but urbane, notably polite or polished in manner. That does not represent me, but if you want to work on those kind of things, and yeah, well, that's the word of the day. So you just keep that in your mind all day long. You ask yourself 5 times a day: am I urbane, notably polite, or polished in manner? Just ask yourself that. You'll come up with the answer. But here is the lesson of today, and I believe. Let me get my tea. Let me get a cup of tea here because I gotta see. It's gonna take some explaining for this one. And I don't know whoever came up with green tea, but it sucks. But it's better than nothing. Now, here is the lesson of the day. I am beginning to think that finding solutions to the problems of our time is not the issue. Ooh. What you mean? What you mean? No. I'm beginning to think that finding solutions for the problems of our time is not our biggest issue. It is the constant complaining about the problems, which sometimes I'm part of that. Okay, I am. But here's the big deal. We know the answers to a lot of the problem. So it is not the answer that we fear. We know then. We keep asking. Listen, if we've been asking the same question for okay. Here's one of the questions. Why do most black folks vote Democrat? They've been doing it for 60, 70 years, and we still in the same shape we've been in. So my thing is that now, Albert Einstein would tell you that if you do the same thing the same way you've always done it, you'll always get the same thing you've always gotten. So again, I'm beginning to think that finding the solution to the problems of our time, it is not the issue. It is the constant complaining about the problems, when we know the answer to many of them. You see, we know the answers to teenage pregnancies. Tell the teenagers to not have sex. See, that's the answer. Everybody's got the answer. Yeah, I know. If you'd have told me that back in the day, yeah, I wouldn't have paid you much attention. I've been out there trying to do my best to do my duty. But anyway, we know the answer. So it is not the question we fear. It is the implementation of the answers we fear. Because we don't really want to tell, like this crazy thing where you actually think you're transgender. Okay, I mean, it's crazy. And they're trying to push that on our society. We all know that there's never been a female or a male that has ever changed their gender. Everybody in God's green earth know that. We know this. But we'll play the game. We'll say, oh, here's a transgender. Some fool mama in the paper yesterday, about 10 transgender children. Really? Okay. And if you happen to be a male and you cut off your package, that still doesn't make you a woman. Okay? See, we know the answer. Oh, yeah, we know. And it's not the answer. It is the implementation of the answer that bothers us. So let me start from the beginning. I am beginning to believe, to think that finding solutions to problems of our time is not the issue. We know the solutions of problems of our time. Okay? And we know the answer to many of the problems. But our problem is implementation of the answers. That is what we fear. Because we live in a society today where everybody wants to be nice to everybody. I'm sorry, I'm not part of that group. You know, even if you got to knock me out once and get my attention, then do it. Don't kill me, but do it. get my attention. Okay? So again, it is not the answers we fear, it is the implementation of the answers we fear to the problems of our time. We know the answers. I mean, we do. We know. We know the answers to school problems. We know the answers. We know. You take that son of a gun and you put him out, or you send him to reform school. We know that. That's not the problem. The problem is doing it, because everybody's politically correct. Okay, I'm just saying. We know the answer to a 8-year-old child that cusses out the teacher in school. We know the answer. Yeah, we know. We know the answer. But we won't do it because he got an IEP. we won't bust his butt because he's got an IEP. So again, we know the answer. Okay? But we don't want to implement it. Okay? So we give people a diagnosis in school. You got an IEP, ADHD, and every other acronym that you can come up with. But we all know the answer. It's called wood is good. But that's okay. We won't do it. So we don't want to implement it. So that's okay. Anyway, that is the lessons of life today. The lesson of life today, okay? I am beginning to think that finding solutions to the problems of our time is not the issue. It is the constant complaining about the problems when we know the answer to many of them. It is not the question we fear. It is the implementation of the answer we fear. And that, my friends, is a lesson of life today. Okay? It is Tuesday, January the 14th, the 165th day. There are 200 days left in this year. It was on this day in 1993 that President Bill Clinton nominated Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court. Also on this day in 1775, the Continental Army, forerunner to the United States Army, was created. 1977, the Second Continental Congress approved the design of the original American flag. 1846, a group of U.S. settlers in Sonoma proclaimed the Republic of California. I'm trying to figure out how we got states back in the day when nobody had a satellite to see what the lines were. I don't know. I'll leave that alone. 1911, the British ocean liner RMS Olympic set out on its maiden voyage for New York, arriving a week later. The ship's captain, Edward John Smith, who went on to command the ill-fated RMS Titanic the following year. 1922, William J. Harding became the first president heard across this nation on radio, as Baltimore station WEAR broadcast his speech dedicating the Francis Scott Key Memorial at Fort McHenry. Move right along. The year was 1943. The U.S. Supreme Court in West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnett ruled 6-3 that public school students could not be forced to salute the flag of these United States of America. And oddly enough, I agree with them. Okay, because if I got to force you to do it, then why you insult me? 1954, President Dwight David Eisenhower, one of the best presidents we've ever had, signed a measure adding the phrase "under God" to the Pledge of Allegiance. 1972, the Environmental Protection Agency, otherwise known as EPA, Echo Papa Alpha, ordered a ban on domestic use of pesticide DDT, Delta Delta Tango, to take effect at the year's end. The year was 1982. Argentine forces surrendered to British troops on the disputed Falkland Islands. I was in Germany at that time. I was ready to go. I got my stuff all packed. I'm ready to go just in case they called. They never called. 1990, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld 63 police checkpoints that examined the drivers for signs of intoxication. I don't necessarily agree with that one because, in other words, I haven't committed a crime. You just want to see if I am. Okay. In 2017, last but not least, a rifle-wielding gunman opened fire on Republican lawmakers at a congressional baseball practice in Alexandria, Virginia, wounding House Whip Steve Scalise and several others. The assailant died in a battle with police. Fire ripped through 24-story Greenwell Tower in West London, killing on same day 71 people. And those, my friend, are something. Okay, here's one. 6 years ago, just President Barack Obama angrily denounced Donald Trump's anti-Muslim rhetoric in the wake of the Orlando nightclub shooting, blasting the views of the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, who was and soon later we figured out, Donald Trump was right about most things. He just had a suck way of putting it, kind of like me. See, he forgot he was president and not a talk show host. Okay. Marla Gibbs is 90 years old today. Marla Gibbs, on TV, House Minority Leader Steny Hoyer is 82. My Lord, we got a lot of old white excuse me, white leaders, white men up there. My God, we need some young. Can we get somebody under 60? My Lord, County Rock. How old is Pelosi? Pelosi's 81. Come on, man, what's up with that? All right. Anyway, singer Janet Linden, the Linden sisters, 75. Barry Melton is 74. Alan West White is 72. So all these guys are old. Let me get down to the newer. Okay, Faison Love is 53. Actor Stephen Wells, 53. Now we're down here. Okay. Actor Lucy Hale is 32. Pop singer Jesse Nelson from Little Mix is 30. Country singer Joel Cross is 29. And actor Daryl Sabata is 29. Okay. It is, okay, on the state and federal level, it may be time to get rid of some of these old guys. Okay, it may be. I mean, Shelby's leaving, but he's taking a hell of a lot of money with him when he leaves. It's time. It's time for new blood. Okay, it really. Keep doing the same thing that you've always done. You keep getting what you've always got. I'm just saying, it may be time to, to clean house, really clean house. Okay, if you can get them, if you can get them from the house because they've been there so long, they actually think they own it. All right. Anyway, see ya. I'll be back right after this. That's your old white guy. Well, I mean, that's what's up there. I'm just saying. We need a brother up there like me. We'll be back.
12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. We've learned an Alabama man was among 31 Patriot Front members arrested near an Idaho Pride event in Coeur d'Alene over the weekend. Police were made aware of this group when a tipster reported here loading into a U-Haul. Investigators now confirm 34-year-old Wesley Van Horn of Lexington, Alabama, was one of the men arrested and charged with conspiracy to riot. That's a misdemeanor in Idaho. As the heat and humidity continue to climb, the state health department is warning Alabamians to stay safe. On Monday, the heat index reached the triple digit 111 degrees for the heat index value. And if you're working outside, you really need to take precautions. There are 3 things to watch out for: heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and a life-threatening heat stroke where your body temperature can reach 106 degrees or more. Some of the symptoms include muscle spasms, heavy sweating, nausea, and dizziness. Doctors recommend you drink plenty of fluids like water and avoid alcohol to prevent dehydration. That's your news on this Tuesday.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Fears of recession are creating havoc on Wall Street. Stocks tanked into bear territory yesterday. This morning, they're up a little. Dow futures ahead 10 right now. S&P futures up 4. A day before the Fed is expected to raise interest rates again. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The Federal Reserve has to thread this needle. They want to slow down the pace of inflation. But by raising interest rates, what's happening is they could actually tip us into a recession if they go too far, too fast.
We've just learned President Biden will be headed to the Middle East next month. He'll visit Israel, the West Bank, and Saudi Arabia, where a senior administration official says he's expected to see Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who's widely believed to have had a role in the murder of American writer Jamal Khashoggi. White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre asked about the goal of the visit.
To look at this trip as it being only about oil, it would be simply wrong to do that.
Heat warnings, watches, and advisories are posted across the South and Midwest as a sticky, steamy heat wave spreads out. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
175 million people with a high temperature above 90 degrees. And we are talking at breaking more than 60 records today.
A powerful cluster of storms knocked out power to thousands of homes from Wisconsin to Ohio last night. Power's out throughout Yellowstone National Park, which is closed today after heavy rains flooded roads, bridges, and triggered rock slides there.
There's that big rock.
Sanctions have Russia's richest in a rush to run. Correspondent Vicki Barker is at the foreign desk.
It's raining Russian millionaires. About 15%, more than 15,000, are expected to flee Russia this year, protecting their wealth or their conscience after the invasion of Ukraine. The U.S., the UK, and the United Arab Emirates, the most popular destinations. Ukraine is losing its millionaires too. 2,800 expected to leave by year's end, nearly half the country's high net worth individuals.
The Warriors could be a game away from winning the NBA championship this year. ABC with the play-by-play as Andrew Wiggins delivered with 26 points and 13 rebounds, helping Golden State to a 104-94 win over the Celtics in Game 5 last night. Warriors could win it all as they take Game 6 Thursday in Boston. S&P futures up 4, Dow futures ahead 11. This is CBS News.
The World News Roundup is presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for prostitution and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and all listings for access. Not open 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Big news. Greta Van Susteren is hosting her new show, The Record with Greta Van Susteren. It's just launched on Newsmax. Each night at 6 p.m. Eastern, Greta is reporting the real news and without the media spin. She's smart, tough, and always fair. Find Greta on Newsmax, America's fastest growing news channel. Millions have switched to Newsmax. Find out why. If your cable doesn't carry Newsmax, call them. Demand it. Make the switch today. Newsmax is real news for real people.
Hollywood says it'll change the way it tells stories about guns.
Hundreds of producers, directors, and writers for both film and TV are pledging to be more mindful when it comes to the use of guns in their storytelling. They're not eliminating guns from productions, but plan to change how gun violence and gun safety practices are shown on screen. The group wrote an open letter spearheaded by the Brady campaign to prevent gun violence, saying the goal is primarily to entertain, but they acknowledge their stories have the power to affect change. The letter includes signatures from Judd Apatow, Shonda Rhimes, J.J. Abrams, and many others. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
New concern over the dress Kim Kardashian wore to the Met Gala. There are side-by-side photos posted to the Marilyn Monroe Collection Instagram account showing the bedazzled dress Ms. Monroe was sewn into to sing to JFK and what claims to be a close-up of the fabric when the reality star wore it with missing crystals. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
I tend to second guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools.
It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Being here with Just Blinds in Prattville. I want to keep you from experiencing the disappointment of buying your next blinds or shades from one of those big box stores, or even worse, from one of those internet companies with lots of empty promises and cheap products made outside of the USA. Just Blinds is committed to delivering the best in American-made window treatments and the latest in motorization and smart home options. Don't be disappointed. Visit Just Blinds showroom in Prattville today or online at gojustblinds.com.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres.
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay. Okay. All righty. Okay. You know, I did have a lot of things I wanted to talk about this morning, but there is something that I am going to talk about this morning, and I sure hope the highest levels of power in this city hears this, because obviously they are not paying attention. There was an article in the paper the other day, and a woman left her dog in her car, and the dog, the temperature in the car got to be about 105 degrees. Now, again, listen, I like doggies. I like them all. I like cats, dogs. I ain't too crazy about cats because they say you don't own cats. Cats own you, and there's some truth to that. But the woman left her dog, and every once in a while, you will hear somebody actually being arrested. Okay. Now we put chickens in hot grease. Hey, I'm just saying, you know, we do. Some countries put dogs in hot grease. Okay, it's called bulgogi. You know, I mean, he's nothing but a chicken with a different name. But let me digress. There was a lady who got put in jail for a dog, 105 degrees. Nobody, first of all, if you love your animal, all right, you won't do those kinds of things. And this is not a dog story this morning, okay? But I have to use this to illustrate and make a point this morning. If you have an animal, if you don't want the dog, take him to the pound. Okay, just don't do the dog wrong. Okay, because I love dogs, but I don't have time to babysit one. That's basically what you get. But I love to have me a German Shepherd. But if you don't want the dog, get rid of it. But don't abuse them. You know, I mean, it's like I love me some chicken. Okay, but you know, I wouldn't want to take the chicken I'm gonna eat and put them in the backyard and just dog them. I mean, just, you know, because I know I'm just gonna fry them, but I'm gonna try to treat them good while they're here. You know, I'm not just gonna just misuse a little chicken. You know, because has anybody ever noticed that even roaches, when they're little, are absolutely cute? They really are. I mean, roaches, everything that is little is cute. It just is. Even ugly kids, when they grow up to be ugly, they're cute when they're little. You know, so how can you misuse something that's little? I don't know. Let me take this call before I get to my main course here. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. I'm doing fine.
Why don't you continue with this story? I will listen.
I won't. We're gonna get back. I'm setting the table here.
Well, I got Miss Jackson on the line, and I'm on the line too. We want to contribute to that. Good morning.
Good morning.
That don't make any sense. You think they listening to you out there?
No, but I think it's time to. And let me tell people what we're talking about then, since I was getting in a slow kind of way. We put people in jail for putting their dogs in a hot car, but we have the unmitigated gall and the temerity to put folks in our local prisons and treat them worse than we treat dogs. People, and I found out yesterday that some of them, they got no air conditioning out in this place out here. It's hot. They don't even have cold water. They got hot water. Now it's hot enough already. I don't think you need no more hot water at the moment. So I don't understand how the state of Alabama, how any of our senators, Kirk Hatcher, Barefoot, Kenyatta, all these are our elected officials who supposedly represent us. Well, I don't think we should put people in the women's thing, especially women. Guys, we're a little tougher, but especially women. I just don't understand this. How we can do that to human beings.
And the women out there, it's women's ward. And the things that they say to these women, she said yesterday, and Ms. Jackson have a name. What's his W02? W02? W02. We, won't call her name, but everybody know who she is. And she said it was 111. And the things that they say to them, other women say, and she said the women, they gonna sit in their air-conditioned room, drink Gatorade, drink cold water. And the water is saying a broke like that, but they have inmates that know how to do that type of stuff. And I remember talking to Jerry Beezy's brother, William Beezy, and he was talking about he did a nice water line down at the other prison going south down there. They have water. Why would they treat these women like that? If they treat the women like they know they're treating the men. And I mean, snakes in the place. I don't understand. And they have money. See, that's one thing I'm going to keep hammering on. Son of Brubaker said the other morning on your show, and I listen to him all the time, he trying to tell y'all. He said the money was out there. He gave you so many $1 million. It was millions and millions of dollars. He said that money is there to fix things like this. Well, not for Kiara to get the money to be a new prison. That's another thing. It was for the construction in these different buildings and things and other stuff. In the church, what she was saying, Miss Jackson, is that the church offered this.
The Church of the Highlands, from what I understand, offered to help out there, and they were turned down. Now that's what they tell me. Right. So why would we not? If that's true, again, I don't know. But if that's true, why in God's name would we turn them down?
That's a good question. That's a good question. And we would like to ask them, as Ms. Jackson said, she didn't want 10 minutes. She got her 10 minutes broke down. They don't even want to talk to her at the central office, Well, one lady was on my program yesterday. She said, well, y'all with the sunshine still, which I don't have nothing against the sunshine. Well, Kiara, she met where I said, oh, is it a white issue, a black issue there? Kiara is supposed to be the governor for all people, citizens of the state of Alabama. So when we get to protesting and marching and demonstrating, or the people out in Oak Field to get to ride and burning up stuff, don't nobody say anything, because you can kick a dog around and you use the illustration camp and you prepare. Then, because all these good folks, white and black,
but they
have their hand on these people, the Brit woman and
Oh, them folks don't care. I mean, listen, they don't care because they're not out there. And unfortunately, shame on us as people sometimes. We really don't care either. I mean, because we're not out there, so we don't know what's going on. Yeah.
But you remember a few years ago, I used to tell you that they care. You remember me telling you that some years ago?
Well, I thought they did. I thought they did.
People don't care because they look away, but they want to help, but they can't help because a lot of times people are job skills. People are job
yes, kind of like the school system. Yeah.
Reputation.
Mm-hmm.
People have reputation that they do not want to run.
And I'm not into right. I know that Roberta was the advocate for the prison, the people, the inmates. Reverend Sankey has been. I've stayed away from that because I just, now I will admit to you, I mean, I kind of had the mindset that other people, well, you had no business being out there. But then as you get older, you learn that everybody in prison shouldn't be there.
If you would talk to some of these people, if you would talk to some of them, they'll say how they were railroaded in there. And I listened to her, my heart just cried like Miss Jackson. She was crying yesterday on our talk show because when the lady called in and said, but when I talk to these inmates and how the court, the judge might say, okay, he shouldn't go back because of parole violation, because it have DOC, the probation officer, they still sending old people back to prison. When the judge tell them no, like Cliff Ellis, they shouldn't be in there. 002, same way. The judge said turn them loose, but you think you think the probation officer or the parole board turn them loose? No. They sent them back to prison.
But
you should be in. And if anybody think I'm lying, call me, give me their number. When these people call me, they pay for their phone.
Yeah.
And I'll give them their number and they can tell them the story themselves. Now they pay for their own call. And then again, put some money on their book. We all doing things that all of us do the same thing. If you're afraid, like Miss Jackson or Kansas, well, send them some money.
Oh, let me hold on for 1 second. Let me grab this. I got you on hold. Good morning. Who's this?
Yeah.
Morning.
Yeah. What did he say?
I can't hear you. Now I can. Yeah, because we didn't hear anything you said. You there? Well, we can't hear you, brother. Okay.
Now you need to buy him a phone. Like you tell him he need a phone.
Well, I just, when I heard about what I heard about yesterday, and I don't know to get into the print, but we pay a lot of lip service to this. I mean, everybody running for office tell me what a Christian they are. Yeah, everybody tell me, but we treat dogs better than we seemingly treat people. And women, I mean, now guys, hey, yeah, sometimes you're on your own, but the women, who are the weaker vessel to begin with, we all do wrong things, and the only reason why a lot of us ain't in prison because we didn't get caught. Yeah, I'm just, but I and so here's the question. Well, let me see who's this. I just waiting you back again. Good morning. Who's this?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Look, that prison thing should be an easy fix because you got probably about 70% of the inmates. They listen to talk radio. I remember when Roberta Franklin had the airways.
Mm-hmm.
She stirred up so much stuff, man. They filed a lawsuit. I know they have at least 50 people out there. If they treated those inmates like that, why don't they just go to the prison and boycott and get it in the media? Because they got to talk to somebody. Anybody in the prison chain of command. If you raise enough hell,
yeah.
If they continue to be a threat, if they, if they make it to start spending money in the prison system, they can hurt the prison system financially because those guys and women out there, they are well organized, they are smart. So if they get the message out, they can either boycott the prison and hit them in the pocket. And maybe they will listen to them. They got to do something because those inmates
at the same time.
They'll be worried.
They'll be starving at the same time. If they do this, I know they got to eat because they're not feeding them. They're not giving them enough food to eat. They have the food there, but they refuse to give them extra food what they already paid for. When they go to dinner or lunch or whatever, they give them just enough to get by as an infant. If they want to feed them until the food is gone,
so William, what do you? I mean, what do you think? I mean, if they try to do something out there, there will be repercussions. Mm-hmm.
So when Roberta Franklin, when they shut the phone system down,
yeah,
and they told them whatever they do, don't pay. There's a lot of things about millions of dollars coming in.
Right.
They got to start spending money they can't take. They got to go on the fast. They got to get involved.
Yeah.
If they go 2 or 3 days losing a meal, then they got to do it. Then at the same time, they got to get a good attorney, man. They must get a good civil rights attorney. Somebody
yeah.
put the paper on the table because they not listening to them.
Yeah.
You know one thing about it now, you don't have no good attorney. Y'all tell us a good attorney.
Yeah, I don't know any. Right. I don't know any. There was a guy named Petters.
We'll go get them, and we'll pay them. We'll pay them to take these people money, like we were scared about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We were scaring out so many $1,000. Someone run a scan on the people. They got these mothers money and do what they supposed to do. We talked to Leo, as I heard you talking yesterday, and they didn't do anything. They just took these people money. And just supposed to somebody went to the DOC.
But now William is right about one thing though, and I know it's going to be a sacrifice, but if we work out here, then they've got to be willing to do a little bit more sacrifice to get, because we've been talking about this for years since Roberta went on Nightline with Ted Koppel, only talk show, yeah, and they're still doing the same thing. Yeah.
They killed him when he tried to organize. They killed him about 2 or 3 months ago. They killed him. He filed a lawsuit against him, and they were protesting. See, we tell people about this. They killed him. They killed that young man. I have a book. If they organize, get about 50 people, and then we just go in there and just protest.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. We got it.
Well, like I told them, if we talking now, after I wanted to call a meeting a couple of weeks after my brother passed this week. After July, they told me that, well, after July, 4th of July, we're going to call a meeting. And then we're going to decide, we'll use that bus you're talking about.
Okay.
Whatever we decide to do, we're going to do it.
Well, we got.
If we don't do it here, we still have to get that bus. If we will go to Washington, D.C.,
yeah.
We go up there. Hold it. So once we start, we got to go.
But I ain't interested in Washington D.C. takes too long. We can make a difference right here in Montgomery.
You're right. But you were talking about drug dealers, all our
yeah. This prison.
We just calling those people, okay?
Well.
You think we ain't calling those people? Let the fish tank out this problem. Now, Kevin say it's a local legislative problem. It is their problem.
No, it's a state problem.
Look, boy, they didn't want to give K out of that money. They okay that money. That's one thing about the late Representative Thomas Reed. When he was here, the other owners got it. They would not give her that money if she did not comply. Let me say that something get off. So we have documents in the court system right now on Sabrina Martin. All the elected officials knew that Sabrina Martin was an illegitimate candidate. They knew this. They are not going to jeopardize their position to try to help somebody for real. They jump on battles that's going to be win-win for them. They're not there for the people. So yeah, they need you, but they are
right.
They're not in a position. They're going to take real soldiers to go out there and make things.
And we start here. And we start here. We start here in Montgomery, Alabama, because I'm telling you, yeah. Yeah, well, right? And I made a promise, that I will not quit until somebody gives us some answers on why these people are being treated worse than we treat dogs in the state of Alabama. And I am really, yeah, and
when people try to fish and want to carry water and stuff out there, they refuse.
Well, we can send
water all over Ukraine and
everywhere around the world. Yeah, we do. All right. I gotta go. Yeah. Well, we Well, because people have this tendency, right? But people have a tendency. Okay, and I appreciate you, Carver and Sankey and Mr. Jackson. I gotta run, but we're not gonna stop on this. We're not. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna end with this. I'm sick of hearing about this, and these people ain't lying. We're not lying, and every time we get a different Department of Corrections commissioner, and he been in there since January. Okay, come on. You go to jail in this damn state for keeping your dog in a hot car. So why aren't we holding the Department of Corrections accountable for the way they're treating these people? I don't know. We even got rules in prisoners of war that are better than these. We'll be back.
Thank you, Representative Terry Seward, for supporting Alabama hospitals, frontline heroes, and the patients they serve. Your support during the pandemic has protected access to quality health care. Paid for by Federation of American Hospitals.
Brutally hot temperatures and very high humidity continue for the next several days here. We had the hottest day of the year and about the hottest day we've seen in a few years. Yesterday, we hit the upper 90s. The heat index value got as high as 111. We didn't see much relief from rain. Same thing for today. Sun and clouds, highs in the upper 90s. It'll feel like it's well into the 100s. A couple of late afternoon and evening showers and storms. Scattered late day showers and storms possible Wednesday, more upper 90s.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got our first accident up in Wetumpka, Rifle Range Road at Deer Track Drive. So please be careful. This is causing a backup in both directions. Rifle Range Road at Deer Track Drive. Outside of that, we're looking good. Interstate system's moving smoothly. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. From a simple patient transport to life and death situations, Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. Haynes Ambulance, ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old bald tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
Hey, Sean Hannity here, and now you can hear me live every afternoon. It all starts at 2, and it's all happening right here on News Radio 1440.
Big dreams and great music continue on the stage at Alabama Shakespeare Festival with American Mariachi. It's the 1970s, and if you want to be a mariachi, you've got to be a man. Or do you? Laugh and let your heart be warmed as Lucha and friends set out to form an all-girl mariachi band, July 27th through August 21st. Get tickets at asf.net or 334-271-5353. And in case you didn't know, there are no COVID policies in place. So come as you are for an experience you do not want to miss. Also, we're offering you another great sweet deal from Alabama Shakespeare Festival. Starting Friday, June 17th at 8 a.m., head to this radio station's website to get 2 tickets to ASF's performance of American Mariachi for the price of 1. This sweet deal starts at 8 a.m. and offers are limited, so act fast. Friday, June 17th at 8 a.m. Just visit this radio station's website and click Sweet Deals to get your tickets to American Mariachi at Alabama Shakespeare Festival.
I am Stan Cook, and I'm asking for your vote for state auditor. As state auditor, I will protect the taxpayer from spending spree politicians and bureaucratic pirates. I am not a recycled politician that needs a job. I am a constitutional conservative Christian and a lifelong Republican that has no strings attached to the political elite or corrupt power brokers in Montgomery. Vote Stan Cook for state auditor. Paid for by the committee to elect Stan Cook, P.O. Box 130, Kimberly, Alabama 35091.
Declare your freedom and start your journey. Jeep Freedom Days are here at Tallahassee Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Your journey will be better in the all-new Grand Wagoneer. Yours is here now. Get more done with a 2022
Something is
Ram
wrong out
with 0% financing for 60 months. And right now, your trade-in is worth more than ever. TallasseeAutomotive.com, where you drive a little, save a lot. With approved credit, must finance through Chrysler Capital. Dealer retains all factory incentives. See dealer for details.
DQ presents the sound of an all-star summer lineup. Leading off, the promising rookie, new Oreo Dirt Pie. On deck, the fan favorite Girl Scout Thin Mints. Summer standouts, drumstick with peanuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB. All part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ, happy tastes good.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. Even with heart failure, my mother remained strong.
Because without strength, you lose hope. Together, we will rise above heart failure.
To help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
You'll never find another love like mine. Someone who needs.
And good morning, everybody. Good morning, and good morning again. Our show been brought to you in part by, that's right, J.L. Lane, okay, Truck and Auto, located at 208 Gun Road. Now, if you want to check out the inventory, they just beautiful cars are ready for you. Buy here, pay here. They check all the cars out. They check everything on the car. You can buy automobiles out there with confidence. If I didn't have my old car, brand new car, I got a note on, I was going to trade mine in. But I tell you, you need to pick up the phone, 272-4313, and ask for Steve. But if you want to look at the cars now, okay, JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. That's A-N-D Auto.com. Check out the inventory. They got a beautiful Lexus. I've been trying to, my goal is before the end of this week is to help them sell that Lexus out there. Because I just got a new car, so I can't go get a new one. But if it wasn't for that, I'll be driving that Lexus. I'm just telling you, I'll be out there today. Yeah, go online, look at it. Look at the cars, JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. Trust me, it's a great place. And that's for Steve, okay? 272-4313. Let's go back to the phone right quick before we get on something else. Good morning, who's this? Yes. Well, Rondé is a local. I mean, that's Montgomery, huh? No. Rondé is city council. Well, neither one of them got nobody on the city council was a state senator. Oh, you talking about Kenyatta took Kenya? I'm trying to. Well, me looking at the president ain't gonna do nobody no good. Well. You know what? You don't listen. Why would they lie? No. But why would they lie? What? And does that does that mean hell? That worked around? Hell, I've been one. I've lied too before. Yeah. I didn't either. That ain't got anything to do with it. That ain't got nothing. I didn't have lights either most of the time. Again, when you put people in jail in this city okay. When you put people in jail in this city for having their dog in a hot car and you leave human beings in a hot environment, something's wrong with that picture. Two days ago. 2 days ago. I bet you. What you want to bet me? What you want to bet me? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just yeah. That only because Southern Poverty Law Center, from what I can gather from I've been here for 31 years, strictly is political. It's got nothing to do with humanitarian issues. It's strictly political. Really? And they haven't won yet? And they haven't won anything yet? I'm not going to. Well, do you know what somebody once said? And I forgot who said it. He said, a lot of people say that one man can't do anything, but everything that ever happened in life in the world started with one man. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that charge. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Now, Mr. Curmudgeon, I always hooping to holler about black folks, but why is it, Mr. Curmudgeon, that these white, 30 white perimeter guys picking on the LGBT people? Why?
Wait, they didn't pick on.
LGBT, LGBT, however that thing go. But they're picking on and went to the rally trying to do something to them, but they got caught beforehand. They had about 30 of them on a U-Haul, and they're trying to play God. Why they trying to play God, Mr. Curmudgeon? I mean,
Well, it looks like you're right. It looks like our prison system here is trying to play God also. I mean, they think they have the power. Well, and your problem, and listen, I hear you. Wait a minute, I hear you. People do things wrong sometimes. I'm not. People do things wrong sometimes, and they get punished. Okay, but you know what? That doesn't mean that you should not be treated. Well, I don't care. Listen, they don't even have a last class. Now, don't be absurd on me. They ought to be treated. Even prisoners of war get treated better than they get treated out here. Prisoners of war. I'm talking about the women's prison. And our question is, why not? We spend millions of dollars on jail. We spend millions of dollars. Why don't they at least have a fan of work? Yeah. But you should. But let me ask you something. No. Okay, let me ask you something though. The other day we talked about whether or not the police have a responsibility to protect you. Okay, somebody comes in your house, first thing you get on the phone call, well, hell, the police didn't do it. But it was saying police have the Department of Corrections have a responsibility, okay, to take care of you while you are in their custody. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't either, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do the job. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know, but and I hear you. And those are things, and those are things, but those are things that these folks they're languishing in severe heat. Hey, let me ask you a question there. When we do that to the schools, wait a minute. They do that in our public schools, to our bus places, and we fix them up and keep on going. I'm just telling you, the problem. Okay, all right. Hey, appreciate it. And the problem with this whole prison thing, and right here in Montgomery, the problem is that we have relegated them to insignificance because they did something stupid. Hell, I've done something stupid. And the only reason why I'm not in jail right now because I was going down the street one day and said United States Army Recruiting Office. Okay, because I was surely headed the wrong way. Okay, so I'm just saying they should be treated. If you can go to jail for your stupid ass dog in the state of Alabama, then somebody ought to be going to jail for treating these people this way. That's what I'm looking at. A dog. I love dogs. You don't get me wrong. Good morning. Good morning. Fine. Almost. Simple, right? Right. Mm-hmm. And I'm with you in that, but the problem is our prison system, and you know this better than I, have a responsibility to treat these people with human kindness. They charge with that. That's their job. We paying them a lot of money to do that. Right. And we haven't done a good job of doing it. And that'll take forever. That right, but that'll take forever. They've been doing that for years, bringing federal inspector, and nothing changes. I just right now, the folks at this women's prison out here in Montgomery are languishing in heat and conditions that if we put our dog in it, somebody would call the police. Listen, I didn't either. And I hear what you're saying, and I hear but you didn't survive with 200 or 300 other people. Okay, you didn't survive, right? But it wasn't 300, right? It wasn't 300. And here's another thing: you didn't have to worry about if a brother and sister got in a fight; it was over in a couple of seconds. People are dying in our prison, and this does not lend itself to an atmosphere that is conducive, okay, for a good order and conduct. And put on top of that, you're hot as hell in the summer and you're cold as hell in the winter. That's just something unfair about that. Yeah. Okay. I understand. Okay. Well, I got you. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question. If you had your rathers, if it was up to you when you went to that place where that place is to work, wouldn't you have had air if you could have if it was all if the whole matter was left up to you in your home when you were coming up and you were had the ability to get an air condition or something, wouldn't you have done it? Yeah. Absolutely. Now, here's the deal, though. We are the ones, the civilians, us out here in the free world. We are the ones responsible for the environment that these people live in. It's up to us. Okay. Yeah. Right. Oh, really? They got one here. They got one. Yeah, they got. Yes, sir. Yeah. And you know what? And that was my solution. Tell them we're going to kill you dead. No, no, no. At the door. Yeah. Hey, appreciate it. All right, appreciate it. Let me see. Is this the line? Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Well, listen. When people are languishing in heat, they got violence out there. But they're cold in the winter. They're living out there, and you can't put it this way. You can't treat your dog the way you're treating these folks out in this women's prison. You can't do it. They put you in jail. Well, they're telling me. I have been out there, but I couldn't get in. Well, I would imagine that if I could, but again, why do I doubt the people that tell me these things? Why should I doubt them? But I get eyewitness. I get people who live there. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Their agenda is that they want to be treated like human beings. Yes. We treat prisoners because even the Geneva Convention gives you standards of conduct if you're a prisoner of war, how you're to be treated and how you're supposed to act. Okay. Well, what's wrong with kindness? Okay then. I don't know what fair is. Yeah, I don't really know what fair is. To some people, leaving them in a hot ass building out there is fair. Well, again, we got it. Yeah. And I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I must ask you the question: have you? And you may be right, but let me ask you one question: have you ever done anything that could have landed you in prison, but you didn't? You've never done. You've never done anything. Okay. Yeah. Now I hear you. But have you ever? Let me ask you. Have you ever? Wait. Have you ever done anything? Have you ever done anything you could have went to jail for? Never. Well, you one of the few people in the United States is perfect. Listen, I'm good. Okay, so you've never done any. You've never. I just find it hard to believe that you've never done anything you could have gone to jail for. Because we got enough laws on the books right now that just about walking out of the house, you have broken the law some kind of way. Spit it on the sidewalk. Okay, whatever. Well, there are probably 3 million laws in America. I guarantee you're broken one of them. Okay. Yeah. And I don't either now, because I'm older now and I don't do stupid things. But boy, when I was 17 years old, I did stupid things. Okay. Okay, me too, but I sure went over it a bunch of times. Gotta take a break. We'll be back.
Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters. Big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindster today and save big. Blindster.com.
Brutally hot temperatures and very high humidity continue for the next several days here. We had the hottest day of the year and about the hottest day we've seen in a few years. Yesterday we hit the upper 90s. The heat index value got as high as 111. We didn't see much relief from rain. Same thing for today. Sun and clouds, highs in the upper 90s. It'll feel like it's well into the 100s. A couple of late afternoon and evening showers and storms. Scattered late day showers and storms possible Wednesday. More upper 90s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. A couple of things going on. Please use caution. 4,000 block of Twin Lakes Drive. It's going to be off of Highway 31, causing some problems through that area. Also in Prattville County Road 10 and County Road 57, and Rifle Range Road at Deer Track Drive. There's an accident there causing problems in both directions. You see something else giving you trouble with traffic, safely contact us. We'll pass the info along. Appreciate your help. Invisible Fence has the Boundary Plus system, giving your pet security, but giving them more room to enjoy life. Call Vicki at Invisible Fence, 265-2585. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Attention River Region listeners, take advantage of 4 new tires with no money down at Chico's Auto Pros, Montgomery's #1 rated tire store. Chico's Auto Pros.
Shannon, how can you let the people in Montgomery know about what Daddy does? You mean tell people he's a foot doctor? Yeah, a podiatrist. There's gotta be a way to spread the word about the surgeries he does and stuff. You mean like bunions and hammer toes? Yeah, and treating heel pain, burning in the feet, and corns. Like that time that lady had fungus in her toenails and they started looking better? I just want people to know that my dad, Dr. Brian Keeley, can be seen without a referral and he accepts most insurances. You should probably give them the phone number, 265-7585. Yeah, 265-7585. I just said that. Well, let's say it again. 265-7585. Maybe we should tell them our offices are in Montgomery and Greenville. You just did. Like us on Facebook at Greenville Foot Care. And remember, happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of pediatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such
There's nothing
services.
like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Dirty exterior? Don't scrub it. Wet it and forget it. Wet and Forget, the easy outdoor cleaner. Wet and Forget works over time with Mother Nature to eliminate unsightly black and green stains on the exterior of your home with no scrubbing, power washing, or bleach. Use Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget's available in a concentrate or extreme reach hose-in. Purchase Wet and Forget in store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well,
this is
trying to
who?
find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers
Okay,
who
maybe
post
the
a
wrong
job
one.
on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Dirty exterior? Don't scrub it. Wet it and forget it. Wet and Forget, the easy outdoor cleaner. Wet and Forget works over time with Mother Nature to eliminate unsightly black and green stains on the exterior of your home with no scrubbing, power washing services. Use Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget's available in a concentrate or extreme reach hose-in. Purchase Wet and Forget in store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, Sean Hannity here, and now you can hear me live every afternoon. It all starts at 2, and it's all happening right here on News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. Now, before I do anything, let's take guys. Today is the day. Okay, I'm going out to the men's center. I'm gonna see if I got low testosterone. Okay, I'm going out there. I'm gonna be honest with you when I get back. I'm going out there and see if they can boost my testosterone. Okay, now it's only cost $99, and what did they give you a PSA test too to make sure your prostate's working good. Okay, so if you got low energy and all that, and you got those kind of problems, you might want to make an appointment out there. 334-440-3663. If you just don't have the energy anymore, you may have low T. Okay, so today I'm going out there to see whether or not my T is T and what it's supposed to do. Okay, so I'll let you know tomorrow what happens. Okay, so but now don't meet me there, beat me there. Give them a call 334-440-3663. Men's Health. I'm telling you, you need to get out there. You need to go out there. Okay. You need to go. Hey, don't have time for any more. Y'all might want to hold on to the phone there for a second because I don't have any time for any more calls. But I'm going out to the Men's Health Center today, the Men's Healthcare, and I'm going to get my T checked so I can get my energy up, get my libido up, if it's possible. I'm just going out there. I think I'm just getting old, but I'm gonna check it out. I'm going out there. So don't meet me there. Beat me there. The number is 334-440-3663. Okay. Get your T back. Yes, get your T back to up where it's supposed to be. Low T. Don't let it be for you because it ain't for me. We'll be back.
WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. We've learned an Alabama man was among 31 Patriot Front members arrested near an Idaho Pride event.
I believe in you.
Police were made aware of this when a tipster reported seeing people in riot gear loading into a U-Haul. Investigators now confirmed 34-year-old Wesley McHorn of Lexington, Alabama, one of the men arrested and charged with conspiracy to riot. That's a misdemeanor in Idaho. As the heat and humidity continue to climb, the state health department is warning Alabamians to stay safe. On Monday, the heat index reached the triple digits, 111 degrees for the heat index value. And if you're working outside, you really need to take precautions. There are 3 things to watch out for: heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and a life-threatening heat stroke where your body temperature can reach 106 degrees or more. Some of the symptoms include muscle spasms, heavy sweating, nausea, and dizziness. Doctors recommend you drink plenty of fluids like water and avoid alcohol to prevent dehydration. That's your news on this Tuesday.
WLWI AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Fabric Life Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Stock futures are edging higher a half an hour before the open and a day after a dive into bear market territory that set off fears of further inflation and possible recession. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Corporations aren't making as much money. Investors are kind of wigged out. And consumers are really freaked out also. We had a University of Michigan confidence index. It was at a 50-year low.
The Fed is expected to raise interest rates again tomorrow. We've just learned wholesale prices rose 10.8% in May. The White House says President Biden will make a stop in Saudi Arabia when he visits the Middle East next month, and he will see the Crown Prince while he's there. White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
As a candidate, Joe Biden called Saudi Arabia a pariah, but the White House says the relationship between the U.S. and the kingdom is unique, and that President Biden's visit next month will serve many purposes, including the seeking of assurances from the Arab world on oil production. Aides say after he spends time in Israel and the West Bank, Mr. Biden will meet with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, whom U.S. intelligence is believed to be responsible for the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
Former President Trump is calling the January 6th committee's public hearings a smoke and mirrors show that's making a, quote, mockery of justice. Yesterday, his former Attorney General William Barr suggested Mr. Trump was detached from reality the day of the attack. CBS's Nicole Killian.
Some select committee members say they haven't decided yet if they will issue a criminal referral against the former president to the Justice Department.
A new study from the WHO suggests COVID could be behind a sudden jump in cases of hepatitis and severe liver inflammation in kids. CBS's Dr. David Agus.
We're starting to see that it may be an effect of COVID on the liver and making them more susceptible either to another infection or this being COVID directly. It's important that we think about this and look into that data.
FDA has approved the first ever treatment for people with a severe form of hair loss. Correspondent Vicki Barker.
Baricitinib was already being prescribed for rheumatoid arthritis and other autoimmune diseases. It's now been shown to partially or fully reverse hair loss in nearly half of the patients with severe alopecia who took it for a year. FDA approval means they can now get the $2,500 a month cost covered by insurance.
Starting today, parents have more power over what their teenagers do and don't on social media. Instagram's Adam Mosseri tells CBS Mornings.
They can actually pick periods of the week where their child can't use Instagram. Maybe it's homework or school time, and similar features on Quest.
S&P futures up 23. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Fabric. Parents, cross off life insurance from your to-do list today with affordable term life insurance from Fabric. Apply now risk-free at meetfabric.com/future.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-401-6681.
There's new information about the death of a teenager on a carnival ride in Florida.
The autopsy results show 14-year-old Tyree Sampson was nearly 100 pounds over the weight limit for the ride. Had he lived, he would have graduated 8th grade last week. His mother's attorney, Kimberly Wall.
If the manufacturer, if the ride, if the park, all of these would have followed the regulations, their own regulations, and followed these weight requirements, Tyree would have been able to walk at his graduation.
State investigators say ride operators overrode the safety sensors. He slipped through a safety harness and fell when the ride came to a sudden stop. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has ordered American flags with 51 stars be displayed along Pennsylvania Avenue this Flag Day. She says they're a reminder to Congress and the country of the 700,000 tax-paying American citizens who live in D.C. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Ben here with Just Blinds in Prattville, and I want to remind you we are so much more than just blinds. We are timeless beauty and plantation shutters. Complement your style with custom draperies and curtains. Just Blinds also offers the best in American-made wood blinds and Roman and woven wood shades. And Just Blinds is here to help you make the best selections in motorization and smart home options, and take advantage of free in-store professional design help. Visit Just Blinds in Prattville today or online at gojustblinds.com.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
No, they don't. That's the problem.
It's the easy and smart way to save. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
The economy is heading for a total disaster. The Fed must choose between a stock market and housing market crash or hyperinflation. Hi, this is Stephen.
No, I'm on air now, but I'm on commercial break.
To help you get started, my friends at First Gold have created a free information kit on gold IRAs. To get your copy, just text Safeguard to 989898. There's no obligation or purchase required. Again, that's Safeguard to 989898.
Big dreams and great music continue on the stage at Alabama Shakespeare Festival with American Mariachi. It's the 1970s, and if you want to be a mariachi, you've got to be a man. Or do you? Laugh and let your heart be warmed as Lucha and friends set out to form an all-girl mariachi band, July 27th through August 21st. Get tickets at asf.net or 334-271-5353. And in case you didn't know, there are no COVID policies in place. So come as you are for an experience you do not want to miss. Also, we're offering you another great sweet deal from Alabama Shakespeare Festival. Starting Friday, June 17th at 8 a.m., head to this radio station's website to get 2 tickets to ASF's performance of American Mariachi for the price of 1. This sweet deal starts at 8 a.m. and offers are limited, so act fast. Friday, June 17th at 8 a.m. Just visit this radio station's website and click Sweet Deal to get your tickets to American Mariachi at Alabama Shakespeare Festival.
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, they're all attacking America's tech innovators. The left's bill, S2992, would take away the digital tools small businesses rely on, empower China to beat America in the race for new technologies, and increase the risk of cyber attacks. When liberals attack America's tech innovators, they're really attacking everyday Americans and Main Street businesses. American jobs, America's security, and the online privacy of the American people are all on the line. Why would Senate conservatives support this liberal agenda that threatens American innovation? We need to stop Pelosi, Schumer, Warren, and the rest of the D.C. liberals from taking away our technology and making China stronger at America's expense. Call the U.S. Senate today at 202-224-3122.
You can reach me
Tell
by
Senate Republicans to oppose S2992.
Man, I got people sitting on the line too long.
Paid for and authorized by Taxpayers Protection Alliance.
Here we go again.
What's that?
Mo Brooks is running for office yet again.
How long's he been running?
Mo's been running for something since 1982.
That's 40 years. Pretty good career for a politician.
Yep, been in office for so long, even Trump is sick of him. Now, if you thought Mo's attacks on President Trump were bad, you should check out his record on taxes.
Not bad.
Let's just say he's got a long career with a lot of taxes.
Property taxes.
Mo wanted to raise them.
Sales taxes.
Mo's wanted to increase the sales tax too.
And income taxes.
Mo's voted to raise income taxes. In Congress, Mo even voted against the Bush tax cut.
Twice.
Yep, twice. Prices are up just about everywhere. Sending Mo to the Senate would make things even worse.
Mo Brooks? More like Mo taxes.
You said it. Alabama Rhino Package is cannabis advertising. Paid for by the Alabama Rhino Package.
Oh, Lord.
AlabamaRhino.com.
This is the Sean Hannity Show. Join me every afternoon at 2 right here on News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. Good morning, everybody. I got somebody been holding on the line forever here, so I got to get them off the line because they've been patient with me, knowing I don't make people sit on the line this long. I apologize. Good morning. Good morning there, Brother White. How you doing?
Learned about being the best youth. We had Dr. Earl Harrison come and talk to our young people about maximizing their potential. And then Dr. Ashburn came and talked about business and how to set up a business plan and how to be business minded and how to be a producer and a creator rather than just a consumer. And then Andre Williams came and we began to training on metaverse and avatar and stuff. And the kids was really, really engaged. We really appreciate, the parents and everybody for supporting it. And this morning, we're going to have Dr. Quaver Daniels. He is a professor from 3D. He's going to come and talk about technology and architecture. And he's also going to talk about, his personal story. And we're just going to keep moving forward, with what we're doing. And just thank you for allowing us to, to come on the air and talk about what we're doing. And Kevin, you were at our church when we had the meeting about the prison.
Right, right.
You heard the testimonies. You saw the pictures of the murdered and badly beaten people. You heard the family members talk, and Kevin, what I would suggest is you just ask your state legislators how responsive the state has been to even their inquiries into what's going on. And I think that the public will get the answer, that they're looking for. And when we talk about what's going on, in our prisons, what we're talking about is unconstitutionality. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the unconstitutional treatment of people. And the families of the people who have been incarcerated are only asking for people to do their job. That's it. The only thing they're asking is to do what's on paper that's supposed to be done. So, Kevin, thank you for letting me talk, man, and hope y'all have a good day.
Okay, I thought you had the thing on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
No, yeah, well, we had to change it because we got speakers coming in at different times. So
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. And tell folks, well, you can't sign, but you can come by and look, but you can't sign up anybody else right now, right? So that's Pat.
Right. And if you have some young people that want to come and listen, to what's going on, I mean, that'll be fine. We had people show up yesterday just to senior citizens just to stand up, just to to get in, just to see the presentations and so forth. So the address to the church is 3820 Woodley Road, and it's Montgomery City of Preston.
Okay, appreciate it, Dr. White. Appreciate it. Appreciate your call and your contribution. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Yes. Okay. Okay then. All right. Wait a long time for that. My number is 241-9998 if you want to reach me after hours. 241-9998. I don't normally put it online, but what can I tell you? Anyway, good morning to you. We were just having a conversation earlier about some of the conditions that some of our folks are staying. I know the women's. I mean, listen, I'm not so sympathetic about guys. We do most of the harm in our society anyway. We're the warriors, so sometimes we just got to suffer the consequences of things we do. But even a woman, when a woman gets to a point that they do something bad, something's terribly gone wrong in their lives. And I still think we should treat them as women. Okay, now not the guy who wants to be a woman. Okay, that's a different guy. I'm talking the ones who are born females. But whether you're male or female, you ought to be treated decently in our prison system. I text my good friend Mr. Barfoot a few minutes ago trying to get him on the air. But here's the one thing I just do not understand. You talk to them about anything, and the most prevalent answer that we will get from our legislators is that, well, I really can't do anything. So why are we paying people $50,000 a month if they would just do a serious inquiry, of the issue, that would at least make us think that they care. But to arbitrarily tell us that there's nothing you can do, I'm not buying that. We got committees. Everybody's on a committee. If you're not on the committee, you know somebody that knows somebody that's on the committee. And if you can't talk to your fellow legislators on the judicial committee and things of that nature, then you don't need to be down there. Okay, you don't need to be down there. I'm just sorry. You don't need to be there. Because I get so tired of hearing what we cannot do. for $50,000 a year for a part-time job. I don't want to hear that crap anymore. Okay, these people, and we as so-called Christians sometimes, we're hypocrites. We're hypocrites. Because just because you're in prison, what does the Bible tell you about the orphans and the widows and the folks in prison? We have an obligation to speak for them because they can't speak for themselves. Okay, ain't nobody paying them no attention because they're in prison. Okay, the new guy, what's his name, Ham, out there, he came in January. I said, let's give the guy a little time. Well, it's been 6 months. It's been 6 months, and I think he ought to have the lay of the land by now. That's what I'm thinking. He ought to have the lay of the land by now. But anyway, also I'm trying to, in my earnestness, trying to get the new superintendent to come on the air with us before the end of the month. He's in town, I believe, starting tomorrow. He's going to do 15 days of just looking around and checking out the surroundings before he actually goes to work July the 1st. So I'm trying to get him on. So we'll see if we can get that. We'll get that done also. Okay. But anyway, again, the most interesting thing, and I don't know where Kenyatta Hassel is. I don't know where the hell he is. Kurt, I did talk to Kurt the other day. But they need him on the air. They need to come on the air and talk to people. 860-1440 is our number. 860-1440 is the number. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning, you're on air.
The guy who broke in this building stole my tools.
No, wait, I got you. And therein lies, and you know you ain't supposed to be calling back, right? But let me ask you a question since I got you. Wait, let me have, hey, give me a second to answer the question. Have you ever done anything wrong? Wait, no. Have you ever done anything wrong? You didn't answer the question. Have you ever done anything wrong? No, I just want to know, have you ever done anything wrong? Okay. That means yes, you have. Okay, that means yes, you have. So what right are you to judge somebody else? They've already been judged. They're in prison. Okay, we all have done something. We all have done something. All right, see you later. See you. Because if we cannot be honest, we cannot have a conversation. Everybody has done well. Okay, maybe you and the last guy called said he never did anything, man. Maybe you guys are the only two guys on God's green earth that has never done anything. But you remind me of the guy who's an alcoholic who talks about the guy that's on drugs. Okay, the guy that's on drugs talks about the guy that's on alcoholic, not realizing that they both have issues. They both got issues. They're not the same issue. It's an issue just the same, so I don't know. Anyway, moving right along to other things. But I think it's time that we actually put the money where our mouth is on this thing. Women should not be languishing in heat out there. Like, I'm just sorry. I'm not buying it. Now, I'd be all right if you let the dog do the same thing, but we don't. We don't make the dog sit in the car for a half hour, because when we do, we put you in jail. But for some reason, because people have done wrong things, like we all have, we think that we should dispatch them, discharge them, make them irrelevant in our lives. And we actually, it's kind of like going past the graveyard. Everybody knows there are dead people over there, but don't nobody want to look over there. Okay? Well, I got to tell you, every morning I come to work, I pass the big graveyard by the police station. And I always thank God that I'm not over there. But I'm praying that the people over there found peace and they made it to heaven. But not paying the graveyard any attention doesn't do away with the graveyard. Okay? And putting our folks in prison doesn't mean that they ought not be treated with fairness. Okay, maybe kindness is the wrong word, but they ought to be treated fairly and constitutional. Okay, and I realize nobody wants to talk about it, but the Bible admonishes us, I think somewhere in there, to look out after the widows, the orphans, and the folks in prison. They can't speak for themselves. They did something wrong. Okay, but we don't just dispatch them. What kind of Christian are you? And I do know there's some churches right here who actually do help our prisoners. I want to give a shout out to Heritage Barbershop. They go over there. Mr. Boo Man goes over there and cuts hair in jail for free. I think it's free. Well, whether he does or not free, but he does. He could have said, "I ain't worried about them, and they in prison. Hell, I don't care nothing about them." But he don't. So we gotta stop playing Christian and actually try to do something. And we still won't be perfect no matter what we do. But we gotta do something to just and folks act like they've never done anything that they could have went to jail for. I'm telling you, that's a lie from the pits of hell. Because we got so many laws in America. There is something that we don't even know we're doing it that we do to go to jail for. Good morning, who's this? Yes. Go right ahead. Going to prison. And even that didn't deter me. I just didn't get caught when I'm stupid. Because I didn't want anybody to bend me over the chair and the back. Okay, that was yeah. Right, that's what I didn't want to happen. Right, well, I'm treating this the same way I treat the borders. I do not blame people for trying to get to the United States for what they assume will be a better way of life. I blame the government entities who's charged with protecting that border. Well, the same government entity in the state of Alabama, the Department of Corrections, are charged with taking care of these people and protecting them. Well, right, and I give it right, but here's my thing. When you are young, my friend, you know it. I don't know. Well, you still kind of young. When you're young, you think you can whoop everybody. You see, little Johnny ain't met Big Bubba yet, or Leroy, see, in the prison. So he think, right. So he think he's immune from what's going to happen to him once he gets there because he's tough. See. Yeah. Well, it might. It right. Okay. Well, that means. Well, now that. Yeah, well, okay. Well, I'm glad this is America, though, except for that prison thing. Gotta take a break. We'll be back. It is 8:24 in the morning right here on News Radio 1440. Don't forget, if you need an automobile for your child, for a grandchild, or you just want to give somebody a present for just doing a great job, and their transportation is not that good. Well, here's what I need you to do. I need you to call this number, 272-4313, and ask for Steve or Kathy. Okay, JL Lane Truck and Auto. Okay, that's where you want to go. And if you want to look at the inventory, you can do that. Go to JL Lane Truck and Auto. When I say and, that's A-N-D. JL Lane Truck and Auto.com. You can see the pictures. You can see the things they do to the cars to check them out to make sure that you're not driving off the lot and have to turn around and come back a day later. Okay, they fix these cars up. I know that. I've been knowing Mr. Lane for 10, 12 years. Okay, they do a great job. 272-4313. Go on jllanetruckandauto.com. Look at the inventory and get that Lexus. I promised him I'd get rid of that Lexus for the month out. So y'all need to help me out here. Somebody need to call. It's a nice Lexus too, I'm telling you. We'll be back.
In heaven, yeah. On the hands that hold you now. Hallelujah.
Brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Discover. If you're a valued customer, you deserve a simple gesture of appreciation from your credit card company. And that's why Discover matches all of the cash back you earned at the end of your first year. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got a couple of new accidents. 231 Wetumpka Highway southbound at Anderson Road. Also, minor accident 65 southbound on the ramp to Fairview Avenue. That's exit 170. Also, the 4,000 block of Twin Lakes Drive off of Highway 31.
Yeah.
Those are the most recent accidents reported by the authorities.
That scared me for years.
Your home is worth more now than ever before. So get those special projects started. Call them 18 at MCS in Wetumpka for a cash-out refinance or an equity loan. MCS 567-9000. NMLS 232-876. Buckle up. It's the law for Montgomery Skywatch Traffic. This is major delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Why is Joe, he's on again, off again. I don't know if I'm going to Saudi Arabia. I'm going to Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure if I'm going to Saudi Arabia. I'm going, but I'm probably not going to talk about oil with Saudi Arabia. I mean, he can't make up his mind. This administration is flipping and flopping and flailing. I don't know, because OPEC probably rejected him 20 separate times. All these countries now don't even want to take Joe Biden's call. So again, it goes to a simple question. For these climate alarmists, and they're worried about Mother Earth, and tell me the difference if the oil comes from Russia, Iran, Venezuela, OPEC nations, Saudi Arabia. What difference does that make to Mother Earth where you drill the oil?
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, they're all attacking America's tech innovators. The left's bill, S2992, would take away the digital tools small businesses rely on, empower China to beat America in the race for new technologies, and increase the risk of cyber attacks. When liberals attack America's tech innovators, they're really attacking everyday Americans and Main Street businesses. American jobs, America's security, and the online privacy of the American people are all on the line. Why would Senate conservatives support this liberal agenda that threatens American innovation? We need to stop Pelosi, Schumer, Warren, and the rest of the D.C. liberals from taking away our technology and making China stronger at America's expense. Call the U.S. Senate today at 202-224-3121. Tell Senate Republicans to oppose S2992. ProtectingTaxpayers.org, paid for and authorized by Taxpayers Protection Alliance.
Stacking Benjamins with Joe and his good friend OG not only has great financial insight, it's laid back with humor too.
Joe and his gang.
I'm going to a wedding here in just about a month, so I'm looking for a gift about $100. And there was like a meat thermometer.
I know Al said earlier, fashion gifts, there's no difference.
If you're so inclined, we have everything we need already. Why don't you help us pay for our honeymoon?
But don't you think that maybe that is a honeymoon?
Stacking Benjamins. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Your Montgomery Biscuits are ready to take on the 2022 season with the best fans in minor league baseball. Join us for a summer full of themed weekends, celebrations, and the best biscuits in town. For ticket information, go to biscuitsbaseball.com. Call the box office at 323-BALL.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to be in control. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
Hey, hear me at my new time right here on the same great station. It's all happening every afternoon at 2, right here on News Radio 1440.
Okay, I need a little help. I need a little help because, you know, everything going up, gas going up, food going up, you know, dog want more food. Everybody wants more something this, you know, my boy eating more. Listen, I'm going to be on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Atlanta Highway and 65, holding up my cup to get this $100 for my tea thing this afternoon before I go check my low tea. So y'all would come through there and throw something in the box for me. I'm gonna be there. I don't care who's sitting there. Forget him. Y'all need to throw something in my thing so I can go, because I gotta go get this checked out. I got till 2 o'clock to come up with this $100. Okay, so I'll be over there on you know, with the rest of the panhandlers to make that money. Okay, I need that $100 to go down here and make sure that my, you know, that my tea is working. Okay, so I'm just saying, y'all might wanna, you know, help a brother out. So I'll be there. I should be there around 9:30 over there. Now you can cash out a brother too if you want to. I'm just saying, look for my name and you'll find it. So I'm you know, taking donations for the low tea. It's $100. Now they're not, just because I'm a big time celebrity, they're not letting me have it for free. Okay, I got to go pay the $100 too. But you know, they say it's the best $100 you can spend. So we gonna see. So I'm just saying. So I'll be on the corner of Atlanta Highway and 65, and I don't care who they are, I'm moving them out the way. Okay, it's my turn to collect some money. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. When you give us a call, love talking to whatever on your mind. There's something else we need to talk about this morning too before I go back to the phone. There is a lot of scuttlebutt going on in Montgomery about this Sabrina Martin issue, and I read somewhere yesterday that they're thinking about revoking her nomination. Now, I don't know exactly what I heard, some rumors, don't know exactly what's happened, and I don't know if anybody has any information when it comes to that, but she was running against Fernando Morgan, and he lost. But if in fact they revoke her nomination for whatever reason, there were some unusual things about some of the stories behind her. But since I have not done my due diligence to see whether or not those things were true, you know, I'll have to let others speak on that who know more than I do. But I wish somebody would tell us what's going on with the Sabrina Martin thing. You know, it's interesting. Good morning. Who's this? All right then. See, Ed, that's where you irked me. See, that's where you irked me. Now I gave you a shot. See, you keep me. So when they're done, it's gonna ban you because you just won't follow the rules. Okay. I already let you call twice. Okay. If you call again, we're not gonna talk for a month. I mean that. Even if you call and pick the phone, I'll just hang the phone up on you. Okay. Follow the rules. Okay. For an old man, you know what the word rules means. Okay. I'm an old man. Okay. I'm an older man. Am I really old man? I don't know. You know, I was at the store the other day, and I was at church the other day, and the pastor said, "Hey, our senior citizens get free lunch today." So I got Z with me. And I'm saying, am I a senior citizen? So what makes you a senior citizen? Is it age or is how you feel? Because if it's how you feel, then I'm not there yet. Okay, I'm not there yet. Except yesterday, I had this shovel and I was digging rocks, and that let me feel that I was a little older then because them rocks is heavy. But you know, it was all right. I'm just saying. So I don't know. I'm not claiming the senior citizen thing yet. I'm just not. I'm not claiming the senior citizen. Now, when I hit 75, when I hit 75, then I'll consider myself a senior citizen. But if I'm here at 75, I'm gonna be the happy black man in town. Okay, because 75 is hard to get. Okay, all right then. I'm just saying. Oh, the guy said 62 and over. Well, you know. Let me tell you what I did the other day. I thought you didn't have to pay taxes on your house if you're a disabled veteran. No. It ain't it ain't that way. If you 100% disabled, they cut you some slack. But I'm not 100% disabled. Could have got it, didn't get it because I give what I thought I deserved. Okay, I never even tried to get more. I got folks out here making a living teaching people how to get 100%, and that's good. If I think I deserve it, I'll go get it. But the good Lord has blessed me with good health for the most part, and I've been able to work and do what I got to do. Okay, I ain't worked a whole lot. I know some people don't call radio work, but it really is. I mean, you got anything you got to get up every morning for at a certain time and go do, and if you don't do it, you get fired. That's a job. Okay, so this is my job. So anyway, so I'm sitting in church, and the guy's sitting there talking about old folks. You can go get some free lunch. Now that's the only lunch I ever turned down that was free. Okay, because I didn't consider myself a senior citizen yet. Okay, I just didn't. But anyway, so I don't know what's going on with the Sabrina Martin thing, but if anybody has any idea of what's going on with that, I sure like to know, because evidently Fernando had got kind of screw gluten tattooed in that particular race. Now exactly what happened, I do not know, so I can't talk on it too much. But I've seen the headlines. It was in AO.com. I saw something. Somebody sent me a link to something the other day. So what exactly is going on with that race? And is it possible that she could be revoked of her nomination? I don't know, because we all know she's really not a Democrat. But I mean, you got in Montgomery, you got to play the game. You got to play by the rules. Because everybody in Montgomery's predominantly black, and if you plan on getting elected or something around here, you better run as a Democrat. Because we don't really think sometimes about what your record is. We think about what your party is. Okay, that's what we think about. I ain't mad at nobody. It is what it is. Good morning. Pretty good.
Hey, look here, as far as tax on the home, and yeah, you have to be 100% total permanent, but still you have to go down there to the probate office to fill out that card. And on that card, you have a choice. I think you're either 65 and older, or either you're disabled, or you're 100% total permanent disabled.
Right. Now, what they did tell me, here's what they did tell me. You can go at 65, you can go to the state and get that part, but I think they said you only can make $12,000 a year. Wait a minute, $12,000 a year? So damn, I got to be outside. Why do I need a tax break if I'm under the bridge? Okay. Okay, well, I appreciate that. I was calling the probate office yesterday, but again, you're limited to $12,000 a year. If you're not 100% disabled. I'm saying to myself, so that's like $1,000 a month before taxes. And if you say, let me see how much money you can actually make. Okay, I got my little calculator right here. Let me see. How much money can I make in order to get a tax break on my taxes on my house? Okay, 12,000. Okay, that goes right there. Okay, here's the thing right here. Okay, so if you make $12,000 a year, 12,000, you're gonna lose something about 23% of that, I guess, in taxes. Okay, times 23. Okay, percent. Okay, equals. Okay, so you're gonna lose almost $3,000 in taxes out of the $12,000. So now you're down to $9,000 after taxes. Okay, why don't you just say no? We don't really do nothing for you. Why don't we just say that? Okay, so I got to be living outside under the bridge in order to get a break on my taxes on my land for the state of Alabama. I mean, What? I mean, $12,000? Who can, and $9,000 by the time it gets to you? I'm just saying. So that's so $9,000 divided by 12. Let me see here now. Figure. Okay, so 9 divided by 12 equals $750 a month. And yeah, you almost have to be living outside because right now it's hard to get a house for $750 a month, and that's got nothing to do with the light bill or the gas bill or groceries. And Lord knows, don't get no cable. Good morning, who's this? Good morning, who's this? Yes. Yes. Yeah. I know. Mm-hmm. Right. It's a state. It's a state job. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they will. Right. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. They will, but Roberta, right? But Roberta for years, right? Roberta Franklin did for years, and so this is not a joke out there. I mean, they're not crying almost about the situation that they live in to game it. Change your. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. That's true. Just don't bring them into school. Yeah. Hey. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Oh well, me either. Hey, appreciate the top. Gotta take a break. We'll be back uno momento. It seems that Tuskegee is trying to compete with Montgomery. I'll tell you about that as soon as we get back.
Star. That's behind every great man that is a woman. And I want to tell you out there that if you are a man, you've got a woman. And I think you should take a little time out to salute that woman and give that woman a great big round of applause.
And as you walk around the stage of life, don't ever make you feel proud. You know, no matter what the problem, there's one who understands, and you can rest.
Sponsored by Kelly Blue Book. Kelly Blue Book Instant Cash Offer is an official offer to buy your car. Enter your vehicle ID info, answer some questions, then get a no-obligation offer to sell or trade it. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car. Schedule a time and drive away with confidence. For all of the hits, KBB.com it.
Brutally hot temperatures and very high humidity continue for the next several days here. We have the hottest day of the year and about the hottest day we've seen in a few years. Yesterday we hit the upper 90s. The heat index value got as high as 111. We didn't see much relief from rain. Same thing for today. Sun and clouds, highs in the upper 90s. It'll feel like it's well into the 100s. A couple of late afternoon and evening showers and storms. Scattered late day showers and storms possible Wednesday. More upper 90s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Still got some backup and trouble on 231 southbound there at Anderson Road, so be prepared for that a little while longer. Outside of that, we're looking pretty good. Previous problems all clearing up. At ReinhardtToyota.com, you can see and purchase vehicles that are on order and have an arrive jet. Get the Toyota you want at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up. It's the law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
Call the tire experts at Chico's Auto Pros, where you'll get the price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local towing, and free balance and rotation. Chico's Auto Pros.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor.
Yes,
when
we
it comes
do.
to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, I'm Brent Woodall, and I'm running for Public Service Commission Place 1. I'm running for this office because the incumbent, who has been there for almost a decade, has failed to eliminate the hidden tax at the PSC. A lot of people don't know about the tax that ratepayers of the utilities pay on their utility bills. My opponent didn't even know about it until he heard me talk about it. Maybe that's because he spends so much time at resorts on junkets outside Alabama. If he were at the office more, he might learn a lot about what goes on at the PSC. I'm a conservative. I've been a member of 2 Republican executive committees in Alabama. Chaired a Young Republicans chapter, was the state treasurer of the Young Republicans, and in 2016, I was a delegate for President Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention. I hope you agree with me that it's wrong to make people pay a tax on their utility bill. I'll get rid of that tax, but I need your help. Vote Brent Woodall on June 21st for Public Service Commission Place 1.
Paid for by the committee to elect Brent Woodall, P.O. Box 740-594, Tuscumbia, Alabama.
I am Stan Cook, and I'm asking for your vote for state auditor. As state auditor, I will protect the taxpayer from spending spree politicians and bureaucratic pirates. I am not a recycled politician that needs a job. I am a constitutional conservative Christian and a lifelong Republican that has no strings attached to the political elite or corrupt power brokers in Montgomery. Vote Stan Cook for state auditor. Paid for by the committee to elect Stan Cook, P.O. Box 130, Kimberly, Alabama 35091.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. Now you're queen of your castle. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you will feel empowered to own your retirement like you own your home. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to clearing financial hurdles, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It's Dan Bongino, every weekday from 2 till 5 p.m. right here on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
I guess you could say that I've been lucky. I guess you could say that it's all because of you. If anyone should ever write my life story.
And good morning. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? I'm feeling pretty good today. Feel mighty fine for an old guy. You know, I didn't go to eat that free lunch Sunday because that was for the old people. And I didn't feel old, so I didn't go, you know. So, but now, you know, y'all just hold that plate, put it in the freezer, though, just in case things change. Prices going up, rent going up. There's a guy in New York last year who ran, his motto is the rent's too damn high. That was his motto of his campaign, the rent's too high. And now the rent's going up even higher than that. So I think I may need to run for something in Montgomery and say the rent's too high. I'm just telling you. Okay, now let me get serious for a second. Okay. So anyway, I haven't been able to find anything out about what's going on with the, now I tried to call John Knight on this one, but called me back a couple minutes ago, but I'm glad I wasn't stuck on the road someplace trying to reach out to my friends. Because I'd be, you know, the elephant be done ate me, stand on me, the lion be done ate me, I'd have been dinner. They've been making me part of the compost by now. You know, when I call somebody, I need to pick up the phone. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call? I know we got on the prison thing, and listen, I get it. If you don't have somebody in prison, you don't care. Because as far as you're concerned, you did it. They did it to themselves. Okay, and it ain't your problem. Okay. And I get it. I get that's the way some people think. One guy said he never did that. He could have been arrested for. So hey, he's one of the lucky ones. Because I don't know a swinging soul that ain't did something. If you 60 years old or older, you've done something that you could have been arrested for. And to tell you the truth, in America today, hell, you don't even have to do it. All you got to do is be charged with it. Okay, so I guarantee you there are people in prison that didn't do it. How often? Matter of fact, I ran into Mr. Stevens the other day at Chappie's Deli, and we had a great conversation. Mr. Stevens, you know, Brian Stevens, the other day, and you know the guy who come up with EJI. Talked to him, and we were talking about some of these things. There's so many people, and he's done yeoman's work on getting people out of prison who didn't belong there, who had been there for 30 years. Even John Knight and them years ago, a guy named McMillan. So just because you're in there, don't mean that you ought to be there. Like, I'm just saying. Good morning. Who's this? Now, I don't know why you keep doing that, because you know ain't nobody going to hear you, because I turned the thing down. Okay, I turned the thing down. Okay, you can't use God to do wrong things, Mr. Ed. Now you banned for a month, so we're done. Okay, you can't use God's name to do wrong things. Okay, the Bible says all things in order. Okay, there's an order to this show. And I try to be nice to you because you're older than me. You're older than probably be my dad. Okay, that means you're really old. I try to be. So right now, I'm going to be nice to you. Right now, the rest of the week, I can't hear from you. But if you do it again, it's going to be a month. Okay? And then sooner or later, you get tired of me hanging up on you, just won't call. I'm just saying. I try to just do everything in order. Okay, that's all I'm asking you to do. Okay, I don't have to agree with you to talk to you. I don't have a problem with that. But you know, being old don't mean you're supposed to be a fool. Okay? Matter of fact, your job and my job is to set the example for other people. Tyrone Washington is charged with first-degree assault after a woman was stabbed multiple times in Montgomery. A suspect has been arrested and charged following a weekend stabbing that left a woman with multiple injuries. According to court documents, Tyrone Washington, too old for that, 47 years old, of Montgomery, was arrested in connection with a Saturday afternoon incident in which the victim was stabbed with a kitchen knife. Now, Mr. Washington, this is the right paper, got a dent in his head. Did the police do that? Maybe that's something they had a long time ago. But I'm just saying, 47 years old, just too old to be doing those kind of things. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. Okay then. Okay, that must have been it. Okay then. Okay then. Anyway, sorry about that, but you know we don't need to do those things. Injuries included 2 stab wounds to the chest, 1 to the back. The victim also suffered cuts on her hand, probably trying to protect herself. The stabbing happened about 5:15 at the 3500 block of Coachman Road, which court records document were listed as the suspect's home address. The motive for the stabbing, of course, is not necessarily known. Washington is being held in first-degree assault charges on a $30,000 bond. See, that's just too low. Really, that's just too low. That's just way too low. You know, and something else I found out the other day. Now, every once in a while, I'll go by CNN, and I'll go by CNN, and I'll go by MSNBC just to see what's happening over there. And the other day, I don't know who this woman is, but she's a cute thing, and she does a little news thing. I don't know what her name is though. I don't know what her name is. But she did bring up a fact that I absolutely floored me. It is my understanding that Lake Martin used to be a town lived in by black folks that was flooded. And I checked it out, and guess what? It's true. I mean, they flooded a town. Lake Martin used to be, and evidently the buildings and everything are still underneath the water. How do you do that? That changed my whole look at what Lake Martin is today. Anyway, let's take one more call, then I'll take one more call, then we'll see if we can get out of here. Hey, good morning. Who's this? Okay, I thought that fool was. Okay, you're done. Okay, you're done. Anyway, but we're going to talk about that. Lake Martin used to be a black town that was flooded by, and it's not the only one. I didn't realize that. It's not the only town that was flooded to make way for, I guess they thought the fish were more important than the people. We can talk about that tomorrow, some other day. Bye.
News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. We've learned an Alabama man was among 31 Patriot Front members arrested near an Idaho Pride event in Coeur d'Alene over the weekend. Police were made aware of this group when a tipster reported seeing people in riot gear loading into a U-Haul. Investigators now confirm 34-year-old Wesley Van Horn of Lexington, Alabama, was one of the men arrested and charged with conspiracy to riot. That's a misdemeanor in Idaho. As the heat and humidity continue to climb, the state health department is warning Alabamians to stay safe. On Monday, the heat index reached the triple digits, 111 degrees for the heat index value. And if you're working outside, you really need to take precautions. There are 3 things to watch out for: heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and a life-threatening heat stroke where your body temperature can reach 106 degrees or more. Some of the symptoms include muscle spasms, heavy sweating, nausea, and dizziness. Doctors recommend you drink plenty of fluids like water and avoid alcohol to prevent dehydration. That's your news on this Tuesday.
News Radio 1440 WLWI AM, the home of Sean Hannity. Also on
no wonder everybody's still mad.
D3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama. A Cumulus media station.
Almost 3 million people use Device to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthy. Martin Hope and I invented Device, the world's only nose cleaner.
See you guys later.
Flush out airborne germs with powered suction. But what do doctors